hear this question constantly, whether it's at work or whether someone's trying to date, or just on a day-to-day aspect of, I'm afraid of how people are going to judge me. So I've stopped. I've stopped producing. I stopped sometimes breathing. What do I do? Because it is important for me to have the validation of others, but I can't just go on like this of constantly being afraid. You're right. You can't go on just like this, all constantly being afraid, because there's about close to 8 billion people on the face of the earth, and each one of them are going to have a different opinion. And they all have the right to their opinion. The same way you are not going to like everything and everyone, and you probably have the right to yours. So, what do we do with this anxiety that shows up? Well, first of all, know that it's normal. As a ancient human being and part of the herd, it was always very important for us to make sure that everybody liked us so that they wouldn't kick us out of the herds. And that was the concept of survival. And we still operate from that place. And it is important for us to have the validation, especially of people who are important for us, right? Our family members, our coworkers, colleagues, peers, in our career, the field that we are. We all have a desire to be significant and to be important and for people to like us and to love us. So you know that that's normal and that happens for all of us. It's a human condition. So don't think that you're the only one who goes through this. We all go through this. However, I think it is important for us to find a sense of who we are. And the more that we capture what are the greatness that we have, what are our vulnerabilities, who are we really, and the more that we have a better understanding of ourselves and like ourselves, the less we will be inclined about how other people kind of think of us. It is important to know, as a feedback level, if people are sharing feedback which keeps coming to us as a negative feedback, maybe we need to consider, if that's not how I wanted to present myself, maybe I should take it on and look at, how am I coming across? What am I doing? If I don't want to come across as someone who's a bully, then, and I'm getting from other people that I am, a couple of people are telling me that they're afraid of me, maybe I should reconsider if that's not what I want to do. So people's opinion matters in a way of acting as a mirror to us. So if there's a comment you hear often enough, maybe there's some validity to it. And if you think that you want to portray yourself that way, oh, well, your strategy is working. Guess what? Other people are seeing you exactly the way you want them to, whether it's a positive or a negative one. But if you're coming across based on other people's feedback, in a way that this is not what you intended, this is not what you wanted other people to think of you, then I would look at that feedback as a mirror and look at, what am I doing? How am I acting? That gives people that type of a perception. What is it? How is it that I actually do want people to think of me and come forward with it? And then, think that way, feel that way, and act that way, so that in a consistent time, and as it keeps repeating, people will have that type of a thought process about you. However, there might be a lot of things that you might want to do, and some people won't like it. And if it works for you, and if it works for your, highest intention, and it works for your job, career, brand image, who you are, who you intend to be, and you're going to be out there acting that way, and you think you're doing well, then it's okay if some people don't like it and it won't work for them. I've heard from a lot of very, very successful people who are amazing and they do great in the world, but they still might have haters and people that just might be jealous of them and not like them. But they know what they create in the world, and they continue believing and moving forward with, the creation that they have. If what you're doing is not harmful to you, and it's not harmful to anybody else, and you don't have an intentionality of harming yourself or others, and even if you don't have the intentionality, that type of a behavior, talk, words, any of those, it's not damaging anyone and anybody else, it would, then do it. Take a stand for it. And if some people just don't like it, it's okay. It's their opinion. They do have the right not to like every single thing that you do. So I think that you might want to look at, do you believe in what you're doing? And if you are believing what you're doing, if it's based on some value system that you want to implement in the world, in your relationship, in your work relationship, in your intimate relationships, in your family relationships, in a society, and you see that the impact of what you are doing, it is for the greater good. And the feedback that you get from people who are surrounding you are overall a positive aspect, a positive concept, and you see the impact in a positive way in people's life, that you are making a difference by your action, then trust yourself, put yourself out there, create what you need to create. And if there are people who don't like it, it's okay. That shouldn't stop you. You can even ask people if there is an opportunity. What is it about what you said or you did that they didn't like? Listen carefully. Maybe there is something there that could benefit you and move you forward, that could really enhance what you're doing already. And if you hear the comment, and it's their opinion, but it's not necessarily relevant to your issues or what you want to create, you can always thank them and say, thank you for your opinion. I will take that into consideration. And if it's useful, you will. And don't worry about the social media conversations. I know that we all love to get the likes, and we get very disturbed and upset when people just share their opinions that wasn't really requested from them, and they kind of badmouth us, or, without taking any responsibility or accountability, just putting whatever it is out there. Kind of take it in stride and just take it as it is. But know that you are the most important evaluator of what you do. You yourself and your integrity and conscience, and looking at reality of what you create out there, is the actual evaluator. So evaluate yourself. And if this is really what you want, then do it and feel proud. Do something that no matter when you are asked, when you are confronted, you can put your head up high and by confident, justify every action that you're doing. If that's the case, then do what you need to do and feel proud.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com